get back to the market. Vineet Bhatnagar, Managing Director of MF Global, has joined in, as has Hemant Tukral, to talk about how the futures and options cues might move today. Vineet, morning. March has been a good series, 8% up from the start of the series. How do you see it rolling over to April?
Yes, I understand and agree with you that the March series till the expiry week was looking right. The FIIs we noticed were also quite aggressive about building long Nifty futures position. However, what is disconcerting is the lower than average rollovers that we have seen till Tuesday, yesterday being a holiday. As against Nifty average rollover of about 56%, till Tuesday evening we could see only 48%, and likewise for single stock future, which only implies that a lot of pressure may come on both the Nifty as well as the second line stocks on account of VWAP related square offs that we may see during perhaps the second half of the trading day today.
As we roll over, I mean, whatever pressures come in the second half today, Vineet, going into the April series, what's looking like a bigger possibility? The Nifty breaking past 5,300 on the way up, or breaking down below that 5,100, 5,150 support?
Of course, there are always two views, that one always wants to maintain. At one level, the high that we saw, 52.90, does meet the time target as well as the price target for Nifty. But at the same time, there is a more significant number that we are focused on, which is 53.40. And it is quite possible that if 53.40 is taken off on the upside, by perhaps the first week of April, there is a likelihood that the Nifty could take a high of as much as 54.40. That being one of the Gann lines that we are observing. At the same time, what is more important is to note that the implied volatilities for the next month for Nifty is observed at about 17 to 18%. Which is a muted number, which actually does not say too much, except that any particular movement on either side can actually get amplified, and there is sufficient room for volatility to support it. As far as the build-up is seen in the Nifty options, 5,200 being very close to where the market closed on Tuesday, the only two strikes that we are focused on as significant number on account of the Nifty option build-up are 5,100 and 5,000. That being the only analysis that we can share at this point in time opposite Nifty movement for the next couple of weeks.
Vineet, morning. The size of the Nifty positions, though, the Nifty futures positions, is much larger than the last series, and the put-call ratio has been at an escalated level for many days. Any fear of a sharper downside risk than what we're talking about right now?
It does exist. It does exist, and I think the only reason why I would share the trepidation that you are highlighting here is only on account of the fact that the volatilities are subdued. There is a build-up that was as much as about $5 billion just a few trading days away, distributed on 5,000, 5,100, and 5,200 strikes of Nifty. So. Anything which is perhaps an event-related negative sentiment could be the only reason how and why Nifty could take a sharp beating down.
Vineet, it's not traditionally a very hot space in your part of the market, but pharmaceuticals have been on fire. Anything that stands out for the next series?
No, we have not seen anything spectacular or remarkable as far as the pharmaceutical space or pharmaceutical index is concerned. There are, of course, other sectoral observations that we had made. Pharma does not appear in the report that I have in front of me, Mithali.
Vineet, any breakup of FII positions in your market, and how much of a short cushion they're currently working with? Because April is going to be a very event-heavy series for us.
Yes, recognizing the fact that quarterly and the annual performances will be out for all the large caps, and also perhaps any semblance or any hint of rate sensitivity to the corporate earnings perhaps will be picked up this quarter. What we had seen in the second week of this particular month was an activity where shorts were getting squared off, and thereafter there is a net long position that the FIIs were taking as far as the index positions are concerned. And what we also observed on Monday and Tuesday for this particular expiry week was that there was an opportunity for them to do the long rollovers. So there is a tendency for them to remain long and bullish as far as the index is concerned, even in the forthcoming series.
What were the sectors or sectoral pop-ups that you were alluding to earlier, Vineet, from the futures market, which seem to be crying out for attention?
I think the ones that are looking quite clearly under pressure are sectors such as metals and sectors such as power. These are the two sectors that are looking a bit dodgy in terms of the downward pressure that they may face. Oil and gas looks like a sector where long positions can be initiated. FMCG is also one which seems to be deriving a good support, and therefore ITC and HUL are the stocks to be looked at as far as long positions are concerned. And today's VWAP related selling that may come about could be the opportunity to initiate some of the positions, and in these names that we're talking about. Hindalco, Sterlite, JSW, Tata Steel are looking weakish. At the same time, Kane and Suzlon are also not ones which are expected to do well on account of expiry-related pressure today.
Do you share the market's optimism on Reliance in that that will be the stock that will take the Nifty beyond 5,300?
Yes, indeed. I mean, all the frontline stocks would indeed contribute to a number that we are looking or expecting in the first week of or first 10 days of April, which is 5340, and Reliance would be one. I also share the view with one of the other speakers on this show today about a private bank, and even as we are seeing SBI contributing to that kind of a breakout. However, I do believe that it has to be a more broad-based upside that will be seen for us to see any number which is as high as a 5440 that I alluded to earlier.
What about Bharti, Vineet? What signals are you picking up going into the April series? Because that stock has come back a bit.
Yes, there were three stocks that we observed as far as the single stock IVs for the April series is concerned, and the names that came up were SBI, Kane and Bharti on the back of the news which quite rightly has already been factored in as far as Zain is concerned, is something that could perhaps support an upward momentum if the market has given it the way it has supported the news this morning. So Bharti did come up in terms of up IB for April series from the F&O space.